Hi, it's Penny. I'm back, another bite size, and basically, I wanted to talk today about the three levels of consciousness. Purely for the reason that before we start talking about how we suppress emotions into the subconscious, I really wanted to just talk and give you some extra information about the levels of consciousness. So, the conscious mind is 10% of our conscious awareness. And it that in that 10% we house the personality, the ego, mindset, likes, dislikes, and it's designed to survive. So we also have the fight or flight, a response in our conscious mind. So it keeps us safe. But we also have hurry worry. So it's a very busy part of the mind. The subconscious mind is 40% of our conscious awareness. And in that 40%, you can pretty much divide it into two parts. And the first part, maybe 20% of it, is all about skills and things that we have learnt in our life. So, for example, if you drive, you learned how to drive, and at the beginning, you kangaroo down the road, learning how to change gears, and you were very, very present during those lessons. But actually, once you passed your test and you gain some experience, what actually happens is you suppress that into your subconscious, and you only bring it out when you get back into a car, because you don't actually think about driving. There's been many times in my life where I've arrived somewhere and I've thought, how on earth did I get there? You know, I didn't think about it. It just happened as a matter of course because you have a degree of expertise. And that may also be true of some of the work skills that you have. So that's the skill part. The other part, the other 20%, is where we put all the clutter. And when I talk about clutter, I'm talking about suppressed emotions, things that we didn't want to feel, stuff that actually, about maybe a death in the family earlier on in your life and you just didn't want to go there, or maybe you weren't allowed to go there because you were a child. And all of that is suppressed into the subconscious. And in those, I look at it as a warehouse. And the warehouse is stacked full of boxes. And, we actually box it all up and we don't realise what is in the boxes. Some of it could be uncomfortable feelings, but some of it is pearls beyond price and gold that we have put in there because it didn't look nice and shiny at the time. Maybe it was a little bit tarnished. So we've boxed it up, and it is the subconscious actually brings up things at an alarming rate sometimes, but also to actually show us that we actually stored some of our gold down there, and in fact we should really unpack it because the gold is important in our daily lives. So I call the subconscious mind also the emotional mind. It's designed to balance. So at some stage, if we're ignoring something, it will put up its hand and say, hello, did you know I was down here? So again, it's very much about getting to know the subconscious mind so that you can actually draw on that gold and that unique genius which is down there and we have forgotten. The other 50% is the superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind, the higher self, the unique soul, the divinity within, the spiritual mind, it's designed to thrive. It's when we're cooking on gas, when things, we're in bliss and happiness and joy, and we only see bliss, happiness, and joy. And obviously then we attract more of it. So it's very much about making sure that these three levels of consciousness actually have ways of talking to each other and we don't ignore them. So, the sign of mastery is when we have a connection between them. And then also another sign of mastery is when you've got a direct connection from your superconscious mind to your conscious mind. And that's when things really begin to change. And, as I said, any muscle, needs to be exercised in order to grow strong. And these connections need to grow strong so you have communication right the way across your consciousness levels. So you have an awareness that you are a divine being, you're magnificent, you are limitless, you are just a joy to be around. And when you really get that, that's when you know that you are stepping into maybe a mastery program with the divine. So, as I said, I just wanted to make this really clear so that you have an idea of where I'm going in these bite sizes. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow, and take care in the meantime. Have a great day. Bye-bye.